So, the Gulag. Everyone goes there. Everyone's won and lost many times in this place. This Gulag is in the prison at the very bottom. Actually, there's multiple Gulags throughout the map, and they're under the map hiding in a little box. That's why sometimes you don't get joined up with the teammates' Gulag. It's because if you look on your little mini-map, or you have one of those special watches that show the map, you're actually under the map, hidden in a box in a Gulag. Just thought I'd give you that little pro bit of knowledge if you didn't know already. So this here is going to be giving you the top 11 tips and tricks on how to win the Gulag. Now, I'll be honest with you, winning the Gulag is so luck orientated, but with these tips and tricks, you will increase your chances to be able to win almost every single time. This is dependent on the weapon. This is dependent on what type of Gulag it is, because guess what? Each Gulag under the map is actually a different design. They're not the same, and also it depends on your teammates if you're playing duos, trios, or quads. There are so much breakdowns that you could do where if you watch this video, you'd be like, right, when I consciously get into this Gulag, I'm going to behave in this way. And remember, it's to increase your chances of winning the Gulag, getting out of the prison, winning more solos, or winning for your team, because you getting out of the Gulag gives that extra cheeky kill, makes you an extra cheeky caller, and why the hell not? It's the Gulag after all. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Let's check out these top 11 clips now. Stay God level. Night vision. This tip is really helpful, and most people don't take this into consideration. Now, you already know that your opponent is diagonal from where you are in the Gulag. Bear in mind, each Gulag is also very different. Not all of them play the same, not all of them are mapped out the same, so this is why this tip will help you. You can see that the enemy is outlined in red. Now, I crouch to try and distract the enemy, and I also confuse the enemy by pointing in a different direction. Now, if you're confused, let's take a little replay look and show you what I mean about the night vision tip. So, at the opposite end, you can see that they're actually grayed or loaded out in this red sort of outline. If you notice, he's pointing and facing in a general direction, which gives me the presumption that the enemy will be going to his right, my left. Preparing for that inevitable position, I am going to my left, either going, hey, he's going to go in the middle, or he's going to go further left, which obviously is behind this lovely draw right there. But he actually went to the middle, and I took him out instantly because I saw the outline to help me. Number 10. Communication with your partner is so important. I'm not teaching you how to suck eggs, but I am giving you the basic tips and tricks to give you a great psychological improvement in the game. Now, A, don't get your teammate to be playing on autopilot, just belligerently going, and running around the freaking Gulag in circles. Get him to help you out. For example, my teammate here.
Middle right, middle right, middle right. Right, far right, middle behind the thing, far right, middle behind the thing, yeah.
Quality gameplay from a bit of teamwork.
Back right.
Now, the teammate doing callouts for me.
He's to your right. He's behind your right. Could be wrong though. Yeah, he's to your right, behind that side. Right side close. There, yes. That's all he's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
Every player in the Gulag is different. You're never going to go up against that person ever again. Now, if you do, it's so rare. So you need to process their movement. Start being comfortable with your own and play defensive instead of offensive. Of course, you need to offset offensive gameplay sometimes, but in this situation, get comfortable. Process their movement. Take the night vision tip and literally get comfortable with your position, process their movement, where they're going to go with the outline, and instantly engage that enemy with that really great gameplay that you're able to witness. Think about if they're going to go left. Think about if they're going to go right. It's a little bit similar to the other tips, but you are able to utilize this to benefit your own gameplay by not putting yourself in a choke spot. Everything in the game is about positioning. Even if you're not in a Gulag, winning your opponent 9 times out of 10, whether it be a stun or a bit of equipment, which we're going to go into in a moment. Let's talk about equipment shortly. Equipment and explosive kills.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. So many people, again, play offensively in the Gulag, and you're setting yourself up for fail. Always go defensive, because the guy is just going to get baited by time. The pressure that is probably on that player can be quite high, and at the same time, you want to be at an advantage at all times. So grenades are your best friend. Trust me, you cooking that grenade is probably one of the biggest game changers. Taking into consideration all the other points and understanding where the guy probably is based on probability, you can get those easy explosive kills in the Gulag. Again, knowing that he's in the corner, not on my left, using the defense wall on my left, I cook the grenade, only guessing that he has to be here, but enough time, and it rose perfectly, throws perfectly, and boom, he's dead. Keep your distance. This is basically be defensive, not offensive. You could even lie down and sound haul the enemy, meaning that you could wait until they're close and then hear them if you've not got any extra audios. So playing with the audio is important. You know, don't necessarily need to run out there. The enemy's always going to give away their position. You could see with the gameplay, you know when to move and when not to move. But if you go out too quickly, you are going to get yourself killed. So with great replays, you're able to understand the different type of style of gameplay that's required at keeping your distance and being defensive. If you need to be offensive or switch to being offensive at any time, do so. If you need to use equipment on the defensive to block the 3 running lines, which is the left, the middle, and the right, then do so. But really, try and get that map control. You are in the Gulag and you have no plates. Think about how you need to play in order to win.
Number 6.
Stunning your enemy can be one of the most amazing ways to play the game. If you flash them or hit them with any element of equipment, you've increasingly made them hesitate or thrown them off their game. Now, we know it depends on the weapon, which is based on the area of play. P90, quite close quarter combat. Shotgun, closer quarter combat, depending if you've not got the 725. And then you've got, you know, long-range M4s, which, you know, obviously you never need to go out there. And the stun, you know, might not be helpful because you stun the enemy and then all of a sudden you ran to him and got yourself killed. Defensive, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 5.
Make your enemy change their rotation by blocking their running line, okay? So remember, 3 running lines, left, middle, and right. You want to utilize them. So for example, here in this particular clip, I actually use the Molotov to block that running line off to where you can actually see the enemy pooing it, go, I can't run that way. And I get there first on the running line on the left to kill him. Block the running line on the right. I go, oh, damn, he's going to go to the left. Bang. Instant kill, easy as hell.
Number 4.
Audio. Camping in the Gulag is fine. There's only, what, 15 seconds in the Gulag? 20 seconds there? Camping and listening to audio is sometimes one of the most important things to hear your enemy. But do this knowing and consciously thinking about your approach, okay? And continuity and consistency is key. Being in the Gulag is most of the time based on comprehension and psychologically being prepared for everything.
Number 3.
Now, taking all of the tips that we've said so far, let's think about it. Psychology. We keep talking about that. Big basic thing that people don't do is they just go ahead and play autopilot and don't think about the rotations. Think about audio. Think about equipment. Think about their movement. Think about their rotation. And do it in a span of 10 seconds and go with your gut feeling. Seriously, if you don't go with your gut feeling in the Gulag, you will lose. But always go on your gut feeling based on defensive instead of offensive. Trust me.
Number 2.
Place your landmines and traps if possible. That can, again, block different running lines. I mean, if anything, this tip is really mastering to block the running lines. We did it with the Molotov. We've showcased that. But now you could do it with statue charges. You could throw a statue, hesitate the other player, don't even detonate it, and make him poo himself, and then go, actually, I'll throw that, and he won't go there anymore. In fact, as well, if he shoots your C4, then you know he's camping. Remember, it's all about guarding the defensive, and the middle is also kind of your defensive, subject to the Gulag that you're in. The open Gulags are sometimes the easiest. Trust me.
Number 1.
Become God level. Basically, all the tips and tricks that you've just listened to, you're now a little bit more confident. This video is more like, let's say, a therapeutic video in its own way to give you the best information to psychologically put these things into practice. And if you get the basics right, play around a bit, have a bit of fun, take a gamble, test your skills and get better at the Gulag, so you're not so begrudgingly, oh, I better quit, I'm poo at the Gulag, oh, I can't win this. Stop being a bitch. Man up, take those tips, become God level, and you'll improve your gameplay and be more confident in the Gulag. These are my top 11 trips. These are my top 11 tips and tricks, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to put them into practice and get better at the game. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the Gulag. I am going to actually absolutely kill you if you come in the Gulag. I look forward to seeing you in there. In fact, if you come to the Gulag, I advise that you quit the game if I'm in the other Gulag.
So, have you learnt or feel a little bit more educated in the Gulag area? Do you think that sounded a bit weird, the Gulag area? Anyway, we're keeping that in. But for real, do you feel more like you know what to do, that you are consciously working towards winning the Gulag at every single possible moment? Because trust me, I have got people that have quit Call of Duty because they cannot win the Gulag and they are basically loathe going there. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is NightShootGX. Stay God level. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully see you on my live stream on Facebook Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video.